the Preakness. Mystic Dan came out very well. So to Imagination. Sees the Gray. Goes up in between horses, and Brian Hernandez is going to take back on Mystic Dan as Sees the Gray takes the early lead. Imagination on the outside is second. These two to set the pace 3 lengths ahead of Mystic Dan and Just Steel. Then Catching Freedom. Tuscan Gold in behind them. Uncle Heavy and Mugatu at the back of the pack. The opening quarter mile was 24.04 seconds for front-running Sees the Gray, who has seized the lead, and Frankie Dettori is keeping Imagination well off the rail in second, a length behind. And then comes Mystic Dan, who's on the rail just alongside of Just Steel. They've got 2.5 on Catching Freedom, who's fifth and 7 lengths off the lead. Then Tuscan Gold, Uncle Heavy on the inside, and Mugatu. 47.33 was the half mile for Sees the Gray, who heads up the backstretch in front with Imagination, his closest pursuer, in second. Just Steel and Mystic Dan are heads apart, third and fourth. Catching Freedom is well held, fifth in behind them with 5 lengths to make up at the half-mile pole. Tuscan Gold is next. Around the far turn they go, and it is still Sees the Gray who leads the way for T. Wayne Lucas and has been there every step of the way so far. Mystic Dan has made a move, and now he's just to the outside. He's taken second. Then comes Imagination in third as they come to the top of the stretch. Sees the Gray turning for home in front. Mystic Dan confronts him. Catching Freedom now right behind and swinging to the outside. Sees the Gray is still there. Mystic Dan bearing down on the outside. Sees the Gray won't go away. Mystic Dan Catching Freedom moving down the center of the track, but Wayne Lucas has got it. Sees the Gray wins the Preakness.
Set for the Wood Memorial, presented by Resorts World Casino, and they're off, and Uncle Heavy off a step slow. Resilience right out to the front. Lonesome Boy is in that early mix, and there's Evening News. Evening News and Eric Cancel will push the tempo. Resilience is going to take back. Just had to check briefly there in second. Outside of that one comes Lonesome Boy. Then comes Deterministic, who's settled into fourth, is to the inside of Society Man, who's now a shared fourth. They share that fourth and fifth position. A little rank early that was Merit, who's to the outside of Gettysburg Addresses in the lime green silks, light blue silks there with Deposition out wider. Tuscan Sky is towards the tail end. Uncle Heavy is at the back end of the field there with Protective, and the trailer Elysian Meadows. They work up the backstretch. Evening News has got the lead. Pressure here from Lonesome Boy. The 2 long shots went 23.45 for the opening quarter mile. Resilience is settling off of them, is now patiently ridden by John Velasquez from third. Then behind them at the rail is Deterministic, still sharing that spot with Society Man. Deposition with an early move. Deposition is now taken sixth. In behind that is Merit in seventh with less than a half mile to go. They went 47.49 for a half mile time. They've got to catch the big long shots. Evening News and Lonesome Boy, who's under a drive. Here comes Resilience moving in closer. Deterministic will need somewhere to go. Deposition is in the hunt. Society Man, Orange Cap is splitting rivals. Uncle Heavy, Tuscan Sky, Protective from the back of the field. They're all making a charge for the lead. Lonesome Boy will have the lead here with Resilience, and now Resilience presses on, and Resilience is quickly up by 2, 3 widening lengths. Society Man is in the clear. Oh, we had a spill there. Deposition clipped heels and went down. It was Resilience who's opening up, is up by 2.5, 3 lengths. Society Man down towards the inside. Protective. Resilience is drifting out. It's Resilience who's clear, is up by 3 lengths now. Resilience will win the wood. Society Man second. Protective. Lonesome Boy is going to finish fourth, taking. And they're off. And off slowly there was Mission Beach, and was squeezed at the start. El Grandeo right out to the front. Seminole Chief, and they are well off the rail. They're in about the 4-5 path here. El Grandeo drifts. Seminole Chief, and out wider here comes Connate, who's going to have a wide journey, is third. Now down towards the inside is Deposition, who's tucked right in behind those leaders. Also on a snug hold is Lightline as they really back off that early speed. In behind them comes Society Man, very tightly bunched here. Up on the outside, Uncle Heavy is going to be 4 wide as they move to the backstretch. Speed Runner with the trailer. After the start, Mission Beach has about 7 lengths to make up. 24 seconds flat And they are well across the racetrack here as El Grandeo has been passed. It's Seminole Chief, who's now making up some ground in between horses. Conate is right there. These three now across the racetrack. Uncle Heavy is still wide. Light Line is in between horses. Depositions right there as well as El Grande O gave up the lead, but is back for more to the inside. Still very tightly bunched here in the withers. 49.49. The half-mile time, El Grande O and now Conate. They press on, and Conate's still ahead in front. Right to the inside, El Grande O. Seminole Chief starts to lose some ground. Uncle Heavy is on the move from fourth. Here comes Uncle Heavy is about to take third. Deposition is all in. Light Line is trying to make a move. Mission Beach is towards the back end. Society Man and the trailer is Speedrunner. Conate has the lead, and El Grandeo is still trying to get back in front. Uncle Heavy is all in, is not cutting into the margin. Light Line is starting a rally here for Manny Franco. It's going to be a touch wide, but the front two have not come back to the field, and El Grandeo is back in front. It's El Grandeo who kicks away. Conate continues to chase. Uncle Heavy is trying to commence a rally, is making hard work of it. Light Line and Deposition on the grandstand side, but El Grandeo is still there. El Grandeo, here comes a run from Uncle Heavy, and Uncle Heavy in between horses. Deposition on the far outside. Light Line right there. El Grandeo needs the wire. Uncle Heavy late. It's a photo finish.
And they're off. Pure Sensation like a shot from that far outside post trying to clear the field. But Bayern's got some speed, and he's got a foothold down toward the inside. But it is Pure Sensation out there by 3/4 of a length. Bayern second on the inside, favorite till third. And Social Inclusion has come out on the outside, running in fourth. Embellishing Bob sprinting through. Fifth now toward the inside. Meadowood back racing in sixth. Top Fortitude is seventh. Van is eighth in between horses, followed by Financial Nogle, now ninth toward the rail. Coup de Gras now moving up into 10th position. Tanita Wem is dropping back to 11th spot. And Kobe's back are 12th and 13th, rounding the far turn. And on the far turn, it is Bayern. Here's Social Inclusion, who's revving up on the outside here with 3 furlongs to go. Pure Sensation fights on in between those two. Then it's a break of 5. Back to Favorite Tail down toward the inside. Embellishing Bob is under the whip. Fading back in 5th as the field turns for home. Bayern a narrow lead. Social Inclusion at his throat latch. But Bayern is single-minded here and repels Social Inclusion at the 8th pole. Pure Sensation is third, and then Top Fortitude fourth on the outside. Oh, what a sprinter this Bayern is. He demolishes the Woody Stevens field. Close photo for second between Top Fortitude and Social Inclusion. Look